Alright, so we're back once again. This time we're playing the Tier 8 Amagi once again. And oh my god, this game was one of the most... I don't actually know how to describe this game. It's literally the least amount of effort for the most amount of actually payback. It was incredible. So again, we're playing the BB. Generally BBs are kind of my worst class, but obviously that's why I'm playing them. I'm trying to improve, I'm trying to get better. And although I didn't learn all that much from this game, it was probably one of the most fun I've played in a long time. That being said, general BB strategy is, well, especially on kind of IGM BBs, things like the Fuso, the Nagato, even the Amagi, you kind of want to be able to set up crossfires, regardless of your position in the game. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. You can see I'm kind of going half pace, 3/4 pace most of the time. Generally, I'm not going to be able to push full on unless we have a serious advantage on either flank. So we're just cruising along at half speed. And we always want to occupy the middle of the map. Well, not obviously, not all the time, but we want to hang around the middle. Because if one of our sides starts to push, or one of our sides starts to actually lose a certain flank, then we're in a beautiful position to actually set up a couple of crossfires. So that's what we're anticipating. As you can see, clearly we have two distinct actual like pincers kind of pushing out from either side of the map. So we will be relying on those to actually create opportunities for us. Again, we are up tiered, which is kind of expected. Well, we're mid tier, but there's a hell of a lot of tier 9s in the game, as you can probably see. But that's not too much of a struggle. Again, the guns on the ship are pretty ridiculous. And as you can see, ships are already starting to show us broadside. It just basically comes down to which one do we want to hit. Do I think I can hit a certain ship from a certain distance? That being said, I don't actually have to hit all that much this game to actually start getting kills, which is kind of both good and bad. It's good in the sense that I get kills. That's always beneficial, but it's bad in the sense where like I don't get that many attempts to actually try and improve my aim, try and improve my positioning, stuff like that. That being said, we fire the first salvo of the game. This looks pretty decent. And we get 2 overpens. Such is the game. I should have aimed lower probably, but you know, what can you do? So that being said, we slow down. Obviously, we're in a pretty decent position here. We're in the center of the map. Again, I've already gone over the strategy. We're looking for, well, we are looking for citadels, but more to the point, we're actually looking for good, consistent damage. And this is something that's interesting to me. This guy didn't even, I probably should have actually looked at where I was shooting first, but this guy just sailed blatantly full broadside with no kind of awareness or anything to the map. And the amount of players who do this is actually stunning to me. Because the thing is, you don't really see this all that much in actually ranked battles. I've been playing pretty much only ranked battles for the past couple of days. Maybe the past day or so I played maybe 2 random battles. And this is so prevalent in random battles, but ranked battles, it doesn't seem to actually be all that showing, as we get 2 overpens, unfortunately. Again, citadeling this Frederick Grove wouldn't be the easiest just due to the obviously turtleback armor, but and I don't know what this guy was doing, but you're not moving that ship anytime soon, buddy. That being said, we still are in the center. We're pushing a little bit more to the left-hand flank because I think our left-hand flank has a bit of a phobia of actually pushing up. And oh, this is something you should never do. This is a big mistake from me. Again, we see the buffalo just basically square on. We're going to take a shot at him. But again, you should never be turning out and showing full broadside to the enemy team, like I'm doing right now. You either stop and reverse, while like bow in, or you die. You do not show full broadside. It's a really major mistake. Or you can just push straight on and actually try and take the enemy team on. Again, it's mostly cruisers over in this flank. They only really have the Iowa and the Frederick Grove. So we're going to take some shots at the Frederick Grove once again. Up to 14k, not looking like all that great of a game. But again, not that many ships have gone down. We do get a decent shot on the predicted globe. Only 1 penetration though, so could have done better. That being said, now I'm just looking for cruisers to shoot at this point. Obviously shooting the predicted globe isn't actually working out for me. So that is actually what I'm focusing on. And again, look at the buffalo. Look how low he is. This is just basically overkill. To be completely honest, he has 2 BBs focusing him. He has the Alaska on him. He's not getting away anytime soon. So I take the pop shot, and that's the first kill, and the first citadel actually. So now, again, as you can see, the predicted globe showed full broadside, as he did for the entirety of this game, and he gets punished for it by a massive 10k salvo, and he's going to go down as a result. We line up the Donska boy. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but what can you do? Only 5k, so like basically 1 pen would actually kill him. And I think, yep, we get the pen. That's 2 kills. And yeah, as you can clearly see, it's I'm not doing all that much to actually get these kills. And it is a bit of a lemming tree, or lemming train, as you can probably notice on the minimap. But sometimes lemming trains actually work. Mostly because the enemy team is just so bad, but what can you do? That being said, we're going to push on this flank. We have an advantage. There's no reason not to push. We're going to cap C at the same time. And the one thing I'm not doing this game, which I should be doing more of, is just rate of fire. I should really be have a much higher rate of fire than I actually do, because, well, there's no reason not to use these shells. Even on a Bowen Bismarck, I mean, like, this salvo should have been fired 5 to 10 seconds ago, and I should have a new one coming up immediately. That being said, we cap C, we even up the caps, and now we're in a strange position, because now basically each team has the broadside of the other, or we're just basically in this circling maneuver. And once again, as you can clearly see, the Bismarck makes the mistake of actually showing full broadside to the enemy team, and he gets appropriately punished for it. You won't be turning in anytime soon, will you, buddy? Iowa decides it's a good time to push into B. It's looking like it might need some torps, but who knows, maybe not. Bismarck's about to take another salvo. Drops him down to about 4k. And we're going to try our luck. He is showing us pretty decent broadside. We take the shot. Look at that dispersion, it's beautiful. And we finish him off with a beautiful 14k salvo. Again, you can't, again, you're in a tanky ship, but you just can't do like really basic errors like that and expect to get away with it. And again, that goes back to the learning curve of the game. As we line up the Iowa, trying to get our 4th kill of the game. Will we have enough time? And we do. We do 134 damage to the Iowa. Oh my god. I feel so dirty. I'm a dirty kill stealer, but it's worth it. I don't see them as kill steals. I see them more as a kill secured. You know, their damage output goes to 0 as soon as I kill them, so I'm saving my teammates in a roundabout way. That being said, like, the only really kill I deserved was probably the 14k on the Bismarck, but you know, we'll keep that between both of us. We line up the Algier. We're gonna get some pens. I don't actually expect to do significant damage. We get 6k, which is okay. But this must be the lowest amount of damage I've ever done. I've gotten 4 kills. And at this point in the actual game, I was like, oh my god, oh god, I need a Kraken. Under 100k Kraken, that would be excellent. That would be beautiful. And as things would have it, the King George shows us the most beautiful broadside. at under 10k.
The ship is on fire.
And we get a beautiful 17k salvo. So we decide to keep pressing the issue. We're going to push as hard as we can into his position. This is probably the... Yeah, because the game is probably going to end within the next maybe 2 or 3 kills. Just because of how low they are on points. So this is probably going to be the last opportunity I'm going to get to actually get the Kraken. Outside of like something like the New Orleans showing full broadside. Again, another 4k salvo. Not terrible. Not great. Again, Royal Navy BBs have the super heal, so I don't expect to actually drop them, to be completely honest. That being said, the New Orleans decides now's a good time to start shooting and get detected. So we take the pot shot at him.
Spotter returning to ship.
We get a decent salvo once again, but again, nothing significant. I mean, the shells are pretty good on the ship, but again, they're not going to be devastating a cruiser. How far away is that? Probably about 13 kilometers, if he's actually angled. So, again, didn't expect to get that kill. But this kill, I 100% expect to get. You do not get to walk within 7 kilometers of the Amagi and expect to get away with your life. That being said, we don't do enough damage. And that's just one of those things. So I'm so desperate for the Kraken. And my savior, the Algier, suddenly pops his head. He has 300 HP. I'm lining up the shot. I fire. I see the HE coming in from the enemy ships, or the allied ships. And I just finish him. And I get the Kraken with 95k damage. Probably the least amount of damage I've ever done to get a Kraken. And with that, we're starting to cap the second point. And all that's really left is just to end the game. We tactically dodge some torpedoes. And now it's just about killing the final ship. Or one more ship until generally we have complete control. What? No. It's 2 more ships until we actually die. See? Sometimes they can't even count. And this is something right here that I need to improve on actually. Is actually when BBs and stuff are coming kind of straight at me, I need to be more accurate in how I'm shooting and how I'm actually... how much depth do I give it? Do I aim at the waterline? Do I aim at, at the bow? How much lead do I give them? Like, things like that. That are probably the most difficult aspect of this game. Like, where do I shoot here? Where's a good position? Lower? Or do I go higher? We line him up. We kill him. That's 6 kills for 102k damage. That doesn't happen all that often. And this game is very, very unique in that situation, or in that aspect. But this game is just too good not to put up. That being said, we do look for the 7th, but we don't get it because he decides to try and ram the Alaska, but that's not going to happen. That's not going to work out. And it's GG's, and I'll see you in the next one.